John 6. After Jesus had miraculously given bread to the huge crowd, he went on to show that the bread represented him. Real life, eternal life, is the life lived in response to Jesus, in accepting his life within our lives. He says the bread represents his life, which he gave for us on the cross. And we are to eat of that and drink his blood that was poured out there. This is what it is to be a Christian, to be focused upon his death for me and allow it to live within me. There's nothing else of meaning in human experience. His life, as shown in his death, is the only true and lasting sustenance, food for the believer. Truly, we can say, this is the life. This is the life with him. The Lord chose images which he knew would provoke the divide between the literalists, the unspiritual, and those on the other side who have spiritual discernment. To drink blood was deeply obnoxious to the Jews. But unless they would see he referred to his life and allow that life or spirit to displace their own, then they would have no life in themselves. The life Jesus offers, like the gift of the Spirit, is in or within the heart and the mind. To be spiritually minded, to have the Spirit of Christ, that is what it is to be a Christian. Without his Spirit, Paul says, we are none of his. So the assimilation of his life and person is to take over our lives. This is what it's all about, so that our life is his and his life is mine. And his life is eternal, and therefore we shall be raised at the last day to continue living that life. In this sense, we are experiencing the eternal life now. The kind of life which we will eternally live, we can experience now. This is why he says, I'm giving you eternal life now, even though we shall die. There is also reference here, of course, to the breaking of bread. In absorbing that bread and wine into our bodies, we symbolize our desire to appropriate his life and death into the very fabric of our lives. It's a symbol of our total commitment to living life as he did, and as it was epitomized in his time of dying. The breaking of bread is therefore not something which can be separated from the rest of our lives. It's a physical statement of how our whole lives are devoted to assimilating the Spirit of Jesus into us.